In 4.1, we can see the difference between climate and weather. Weather is the day-to-day condition of the atmosphere, and climate, on the other hand, refers to the average conditions over long periods. Also, environmental conditions can vary over a small distance, creating microclimates. The main force that shapes our climate is solar energy that arrives as sunlight and strikes Earth's surface. Some of that energy is reflected back into space, and some is absorbed and converted into heat. The balance between heat that stays in the biosphere and heat lost to space determines Earth's average temperature. This balance is largely controlled by concentration of three gases and found in atmosphere: carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor. These gases, called greenhouse, allow invisible light to enter but trapping heat. This phenomenon is called greenhouse effect. So we can see that climate zones are produced by an equal distribution of sun's heat. Like in polar regions, they have less heat than in tropical regions. So we already saw 4.1 climate. We're going to see now 4.2 niches and communities interactions. Organisms occupy different places, in part because each species has a range of conditions under which it can grow and reproduce. Every species has its own range of tolerance. What is tolerance? The ability to survive and reproduce under a range of environmental circumstances. Also, we're going to see the competitive exclusion principle. But wait, what is a competitive exclusion principle? Well, it states that no two species can occupy exactly the same niche at the same habitat at the same time. Last but not least, we're going to see the relationships into species. Any relationship in which two species live closely together is called symbiosis, which means living together. The kind of relationships between species in which both benefit is known as mutualism. On the other hand, parasitism is the relationship in which one organism lives inside on another organism. Then, finally, commensalism is the relationship in which one organism benefits and the other is neither help. We're going to see now 4.4, that is biomes. Ecologists classify Earth's terrestrial ecosystems into at least 10 different groups of regional climate communities called biomes. Biomes are described in terms of abiotic factors like climate and soil type, and biotic factors like plant and animal life. Major biomes include tropical rainforest, temperate woodland, savanna, desert, temperate grassland, and tundra. Is northwestern coniferous forest, mild moist earth from the Pacific Ocean influenced by the Rocky Mountains provide abundant rainfall to this biome. The forests include a variety of conifers, from giant redwoods to spruce, fir, and hemlock, along with flowering trees and shrubs such as dogwood and rhododendron. The next biome is boreal forest. Dense forests of coniferous evergreens along the northern edge of the temperate zones are called boreal forest or taiga. Winters are really cold, but summers are mild and long enough to allow the ground to thaw. And finally, the next biome is tundra. The tundra is characterized by permafrost, a layer of permanently frozen subsoil. During the short, cool summers, the ground thaws to a depth of a few centimeters and becomes soggy. The next biome is temperate grassland. Plains and prairies underlain by fertile soils once covered vast areas of Midwest and Central United States. Periodic fires and heavy grazing by herbivores maintain plant communities dominated by grasses. Abiotic factors: warm, hot summers, cold winters, and moderate seasonal precipitation, fertile soils, and occasional fires. The next biome is temperate woodland or shrubland. Large areas of grasses and wildflowers, such as poppies, are interspersed with oak and other trees. Communities that are more shrubland than forests are known as chaparral. Then is the tropical grassland, savanna, or shrubland. This biome receives more seasonal rainfall than deserts, but less than the tropical dry forest. Grassy areas are spotted with isolated trees and small groves of trees and shrubs. Next biome is temperate forest. Temperate forests are mostly made up of deciduous and evergreen coniferous trees. Coniferous trees produce seed-bearing cones, and most have leaves shaped like needles. In the spring, small plants burst from the ground and flower. Fertile soils are often rich in humus and a material formed from decaying leaves and other organic matter. The next biome is desert. Deserts have less than 25 centimeters of precipitation annually, but otherwise vary greatly depending on elevation and altitude. Biotic factors, low precipitation, and variable temperatures, soil rich in minerals but poor organic materials. The last topic is proposal, that is aquatic ecosystems. Aquatic organisms are affected primarily by the water's depth, temperature, flow, and amount of dissolved nutrients. Water depth strongly influences aquatic life because sunlight penetrates only a relative short distance through water. The sunlight region near the surface in which photosynthesis can occur is known as the photic zone. Below the photic zone is the dark aphotic zone, where photosynthesis cannot occur. Many aquatic organisms live on or in rocks and sediments on the bottom lakes, streams, and oceans. These organisms are called benthos. Plankton is a general term that includes both phytoplankton and zooplankton. A wetland is an ecosystem in which water either covers the soil or is present at or near the surface for at least part of the year. A estuario is a special kind of wetland formed where a river meets the sea.